on Route 1A. In bib 52, that's Keenan Griscom from the USA. Off to a good start on the vertical section of the route. Making good progress and just moving up into the overhang here. So he's into clip 3. And using that form to get his feet up. So Keenan's moving here to the dangling form into one of the figures. Got 2 clips in there. That's good progress to get off of that as soon as possible. The dangling ones take a lot of energy.
And here we have a long move, doing figure 8 to reach the next move. And
All right, and we're off that form. We're about halfway through this overhung section here. And into the next clip. Looking really smooth so far. Shaking it out a bit. A long reach. Little precarious pick there.
And on route 2B, starting Lehto Jaakko from Oulu.
So you can see from the camera how steep of an angle this is. You can burn a lot of energy in this. There he goes. So we have our next climber, Veli-Matti Lassonen from Finland, about to get started here on Route 1A. A couple small holds and kind of a moving area for the start here, so that's a little tricky. And we don't see this move so often, using the hand on the hold as well as the axe on another hold. And now on to the main wall, the vertical section. Making good progress here. You could see in the right hand precise placement of the axe there. It really can't move. These climbers have to be really careful not to shift their weight, or it can pop off. Getting ready for the quick rest to make a transition to the overhang. In this section, it's important to move quickly, not to spend too much energy. But the placement on these small holds has to be really precise as well. So it's a balance between precision and some speed. Taking some force to get the crampons into the surface there on the side. Into clip 3. And 4. So moving off the dangling form. That was smooth. Got an undercling hold here. Making steady progress into the next clip. Now we're into the section that has some pretty far reaches. And it looks like he's coming down. Good beginning to the climb. So now we're moving over to Route 2B.
Number 43, Pylkkänen Arttu from Finland, going on clip 3.
Getting the legs up for that next long reach. Into clip 4. Ah,
And drop from clip 4.
let's see, it looks like the weight must have just shifted on that hold a little bit. Requires so much precision and pressure to stay on some of these holds.
And next one on Route 1A is Gunnar Marko from Slovenia.
So it looks like the start of this route is got a little bit of play.
That's right.
An interesting way to begin. And out from the match onto the vertical and stable surface here.
Morning here in Oulu is sunshine,
Very bright.
minus 18 maybe Celsius.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty chill, like last year also and the year before.
And the climbers have a tent where they're warming up their shoes and themselves.
They also
before
like
they
to
start.
keep the ice axes there
Yes,
warm
yeah.
because they use very thin cloth, thin gloves.
So that keeps the hands warmer.
exactly.
Okay, yeah.
On this route 1A, the rope is pre-clipped to the second one, and then they start clipping after they go to the steep section.
Okay, yeah. So we have a couple of really small holds. He's taking his time to adjust the axe placement and his hands on the axe here. there's a lot of flexibility with where you put your hands can really change the amount of reach you have. And so planning that ahead of time can actually save you a lot of time in those adjustments. The Marco, a good start to the climb on his way down here. And then we'll move over to Route 2. And here, Dennis Van Hoek is on his way up through this vertical in clip 5 already, using the side pull here. And there's a mover. He'll have to really carefully shift his weight on this directional hold series into clip 6. Requires really a lot of coordination with some force sticking the crampons into the wall. Sometimes that wood can get a little sticky, and you have to, when not taking your feet out, shift your weight on the axe pick too much, or you can come out. Clipping in to 7. Another weight, yeah. And his feet on the form there. And then we're moving over again to the start of Route 1. This is Stuart Brown starting Route 1. Van Hoek looks like he's almost in clip 9. Stuart Brown from Switzerland. Into clip 11. Nice. A long reach there. You can see some of the holds at the beginning of this route are really so small. All right, up to clip 13 near the top here. We'll see if he tops out. Ah, so close. Let's take a look at what happened. A directional hold there with the right. Ah. He shifted his weight a little too far to the right. And he'll get the axe and head back down. Very strong climb. So to Route 1. Looks like he's strategizing how to make the next few moves here onto the overhang.
44 Monjelewski.
Jättikö joku takkinsa tähän?
Ei ole jättänyt. Se on hänen housut.
And it looks like Stuart's heading down. And then we'll move over to route 2. And here we have Jan Manzalewski from Poland going for clip 4. So when climbers match both axes on one hold, does that require some extra strength?
Not really extra strength, but sometimes there's no space for 2 axes.
Ah, yeah. And some of these holds are so small, or that
It's so small,
surface
there's
that can.
only one spot to put the ice axe tip.
Yeah.
Here they do under pulley.
And then that braces the head of the axe against the wall.
Yes, and now the nearby the clip 4, he's keeping from the very tip of the axe to get more length to reach the next one. Clip 6.
You could really hear how much force they have to use to get their crampons in.
Exactly.
some energy for the feet and legs, and then also pulling the rope up, I think could be.
And then they have to have a good position that they can pull the rope up and clip the next one. And that needs a bit extra energy.
Especially with some of these longer routes that go around a corner like this overhang, I would think that could get to be some force you would need to pull the rope.
Exactly. Jan has done clip 7 and now clip 8.
And starting here on route 1, Oskari Peltovuori from Finland.
Oskar is a local guy living in Oulu. Jan going strong. Clip 9 is in already.
Yeah,
Going to clip 10. But
Oh.
first figure 8 to reach the next
Very
hold.
nice. He's making it look easy.
1 minute, come on.
1 minute left for Jan.
And that can go by really quickly. with
And
some of
now
these.
straight away, clip 11.
Very nice. There's an interesting way to match the tools. Use the whole hold.
40 seconds for John.
Long reach onto the form. And back over to route 1.
30 seconds, Jan. Come on, Jan, come on.
Figure 8 again, to reach the long move. Well done.
Seconds, come on.
Clip 13.
So he's getting close on time here, but making solid progress.
Couple more moves to go. Let's see
Ah.
if Jan can make it. Still some time
Still
left.
on the wall.
Timeout
Ah,
for Jan.
really good climb.
But he went up to clip 13.
Mm-hmm.
I
One
think
of
it's
the highest so far?
Furthest so
Furthest so
yeah,
far.
I guess. On route A, the steep route number 56. Van Haag Dennis from Netherlands.
You can see it's still cold out there. People are bringing these climbers their jackets as soon as they come off belay here. And getting ready for Route 1 is Daniel Herrera Castro, another Oulu local, number 58. He'll actually be commentating during the live stream for the finals with us.
Daniel comes from Costa Rica. He has been living in Oulu for several years and now he's living in Switzerland.
Yeah, yeah. Another good climbing destination.
Exactly.
Here you get a look at the tower. And the ice on the other side is actually forming on old paper-making felts. So really heavy wool material is the substrate.
And inside the tower there's a old crane body.
Yeah, yeah,
It's about 22 meters high.
yeah. It's a crazy looking cavern in there.
Now on route 2B, Miguel Marsadella from Norway. Starting. And Daniel is just about starting on route 1A. Here we can see Daniel.
Oh, crossover there with that first hold. I'll give him reach there.
With the axis is allowed only to touch the holds. With the legs you can kick wherever you want on the plywood.
Mm-hmm.
except behind the structures.
And the things that are painted in this red spray paint, those are off limits for the climbers. With some of these holds, the pressure has to be really precise. So you can't really use the wall to brace. So it's a lot of core strength, I think, from the climbers. Things like that looks quite challenging.
Have to keep the balance. It's about 9 meters, the straight wall here where the Daniel is. Hangover is about overhang.
Might be how you feel during part of it.
Overhang is about 12 meters.
Which I think is a long time
40,
to be at that.
45 degrees.
Ah, yeah. Really draining.
Bra jobbat, kom igen. Icke stopp. Sätt grejer nu. Kom igen, gå på.
And that kind of undercling, that's a Stein pull? When you're pulling down on the
Stein
axe
pull?
and it's braced against
Yes.
the wall,
Yeah.
I think? Yeah.
Super, kom igen då. Får du gå.
So here Daniel is starting the overhang section into clip 3.
Getting more points with clipping, so when the climber clips in, it's the moment to get more points. Ay, ay,
Oh.
ay, ay. So
Some of these
look at,
falls.
in number 4, clip number 4. Daniel is still going strong on a steep section.
And it's helpful to have that blue form to brace against.
Yes.
And here, let's see.
Clip in.
It can be
and
so...
just about got it clipped.
Yeah, really close. And that's a tricky moment when you have the rope pulled out and you're about to clip.
Actually.
There's so much more loose rope. So he's got a stable position there to make the next reach. Moving higher up that form.
Next clip in.
Is he gonna dyno to this?
Aye, aye, aye. So Daniel got it well up to, was it clip 6 or?
And finishing with style.
Yeah. Long reach. trying to
Yeah,
get it, but
yeah.
this
Oh,
was
his
a bit too
feet just came
much,
off.
and falling
Yeah.
axes.
Yes, keeping things exciting
It's
down below.
necessary to keep the helmet under there.
Yes. Yeah, so you'll notice if you see some drone footage, everyone in the area of the tower has a helmet on. And this is how you pull the rope down to get things set up for the next climber.
Yeah, it's the way to pull it down so that they keep the rope fixed to the first
Yeah.
clips.
Because the first few are where things are a little bit more kind of dangerous for the climber if they're not.
Yeah, in the
Clipped
beginning,
in, yeah.
if you fall, you may fall to the ground if it's not pre-clipped. The safety standards. On route 2, number 75. Nes Gregoric from Slovenia.
Getting warmed up here. Here you get a sense of, at this start, just how much the climbers can't actually use. So much of that area is off bounds. That was a smooth axe readjustment there into the undercling.
This is going fast.
Yeah, strong start.
And number 41 on route 1, Pauli Salminen from Finland.
Into clip 3. And getting feet up higher here for the next move. And a quick rest. Oh!
Drop from clip number 4 for Nes on route 2.
You can see a little movement on the pick there. Let's see if that, yeah, just slid out.
Pauli going strong on route 1, heading on a steep section. Very
Really
calm,
smooth, yeah.
calm style.
Mm-hmm. Takes a lot of control.
Clip number 3 in.
And going right for clip 4. Nice.
Looks so easy.
Mm-hmm. Really.
Next clip in and reaching to the landing hold.
And so with these, the higher up you can have your weight placed, the less that form moves back and forth.
Oh,
That's
we
why the
can
figure
say
4
that.
is helpful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that not?
I have no experience about it. I cannot do the move.
Still looking really smooth.
Oh, we still have some way to go.
Into clip 7. Really good progress, yeah.
You tell me when you want.
And the other challenge is where your rope is compared to moving your legs around the rope.
And
Can
you,
be
you
easy.
have to take care that you are not over the rope.
Mm.
If you fall down when you have legs over the rope, you may turn upside down when falling.
Mm-hmm.
A new
So a lot of
competitor
things-
on route 2.
A lot of things to think
Number
about.
46. David Bufford from Canada. A long way to travel from all the way from Canada.
Yeah.
Paul is just about finishing the route 1.
Shaking it out, bracing his feet on that
Last clip
protrusion.
in. And David fall from clip 4. Looks like this clip 4 on route 2 is
Yeah, there's
okay,
something.
and a
Where
sensitive
that pink
place.
hold is a
And there's-
tricky one.
yeah. And here we
What
can
about
long
that
reach.
pink hold do you think is
Pardon me?
the hold at clip 4 that's given a lot of climbers some trouble? What about
It's a
it do you
long-
think
it's
is...
a long reach, and probably they put the weight a bit in the wrong point, so they slip
Yeah.
out. But Pauli got all the way to the top. He was able to finish it, so I guess he's in final.
Yeah,
At
yeah.
the moment it looks so.
So at this point, we have Keenan Griscom in first from these qualifiers, and Dennis Van Hoek in second. But we'll see how that progresses as the morning goes on. The tower here is just outside of Oulu, in a quarry.
Yeah, it's about 10 kilometers from the city center.
Yeah, yeah. So you really get a sense of what the forest is like in this area. And the ice often has kind of a rusty tint from there's it's some iron-rich soil here that's part of the pond where it gets pumped from. That's kind of our signature Oulu ice.
Yeah, actually today it looks pretty white.
It does, yeah. And we've had a funny winter, so some of this ice might be quite new.
On route 1, Tapio Alhonsua from Finland.
How cold do their hands get in weather like this?
They may lose the feeling from fingers.
Yeah.
That's cold.
70 Heikkilä.
And on route 2, number 17, Kuutti Heikkilä, also from Finland. Both Kuutti and Tapio are from Rovaniemi.
Saa mennä.
Tricky move there. That was quick. Okay. Long reach for Kuti here. And into clip 3, a solid progress on route 2. And into clip 3 at the beginning of the overhang here. A little tricky to get the crampons in. And going for clip 4 there as well. Nice progress on the vertical here. Onto the moving form here for Tapio. Really nice.
Both climbers are going strong.
Yeah,
There's
Kuti.
time limit for the both routes. It's 4 minutes 30 seconds.
Okay, yeah, pretty short.
Have to be pretty quick to reach to the top on 4 minutes 30 seconds.
And it's especially quick when you think some of these placements, they take a little time to make sure your axe is solid. And if you're climbing like sport or, without axes, you can feel when you're about to slip. But with the axe, that can happen suddenly, especially if you can't feel your hands.
And most of the holes they cannot see where they have to put the ice axe.
Yeah,
They can see the holes before, how they look like. But when climbing, you have to kind of trust where you place it.
What's a tricky move there for Tapio. Looks like he's thinking about going for the next clip here. Great. The crowd is going wild.
Tapio timeout,
nice.
almost got the
Okay.
route. But at the moment looks like Tapio is on finals.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll see how,
Really strong.
how the rest of the people are climbing.
Aika! Kuutti aika.
And for Kuti got up to clip number 12 and also timeout.
Very strong qualifiers for both of these climbers. And so the belayers for this competition are Oulu locals as well.
It's the Oulu Climbing Club
Yeah.
who is arranging
Yeah.
the competition and getting all these volunteers here.
And a lot of the belayers do ice climbing here at the tower regularly
At least for
too, I think.
climbing, at least.
Yeah.
Looks like they try to choose not the lightest ones for belaying.
Strategic decisions. So is belaying for ice climbing different from lead climbing otherwise? Are there other considerations?
Same equipment. A little bit different. They have to take care that there's ice falling. Have to be more careful about the climbing spot, what happens above you.
Yeah, yeah.
But otherwise, it's the same thing. Sometimes a bit colder.
A little colder maybe, yeah. And the belayers are wearing crampons as well.
Yes, here is no necessary to use it, so frozen the ground. But this winter it looks very easy because there's not that much snow. good conditions for ice climbing.
So how has it been here in other winters? Conditions
Here in
changed.
Oulu.
Yeah.
A bit more snow, not
Yeah.
so rainy. This winter has been very warm, except now.
Except this morning.
Got a winter just about here for this event.
We got some genuine winter weather for our visiting competitors. And here, starting off on Route 1, we have Miha Guna from Slovenia. That's number 49.
Numero 60 Kaikkonen. Kyllä.
And on route 2, like we heard, it's Albert Kaikkonen, number 60, starting soon.
And sometimes you'll see climbers using their hands for a little stability on some of these moves. We just did there.
Yeah, for the climber, it's allowed to use the holds also by hand.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to use the axe.
Or maybe also check the shape of the hold.
They can
With
also
your
check,
hand.
but if sometimes they use only the hand if the hold is good.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, with a nice axe, they can reach a lot further.
Yeah, yeah.
But they cannot continue if they drop some tools. So that's also game over.
Yeah. And so sometimes the axe can get kind of wedged in some of these holds.
Yes.
It can get stuck as you move on.
New style on the route 2 to keep the ball, but it's not on video now.
Into clip 3. So you can really see how much core strength you need for these overhang climbs. If you want to make these moves with your
Legs
feet.
slipping a bit.
Yeah. Oh,
Aye, aye, aye. Here we go. Number 49, Mihaguna. Got just about to the steep section.
oh.
Nice
Well,
saving.
Yes.
It was the slippery one.
Mhm.
He
Yeah.
had already the next tool on the next one.
And this position looks a little difficult too, so it looks like
Changing the hand.
trying to adjust there a bit.
Trying how
Using the
it is.
hand.
Yes. Reaching to the next one. That's
That was a
safe.
good way to get out of a tricky situation. Not always can you kind of change your plan of attack that way on these routes.
Nice place for 2 axes. I have to change the body balance to the left side.
Mm-hmm.
Getting to the next clip.
A lot of strategy in deciding when to clip and how to position your body as you're clipping. Try to have as much stability as you can.
Trying to find a nice place to the axe. It's stable. Next clip, number 7.
Good
In.
progress. And these forms can be a little harder to get purchased with the crampons, from what I understand, than the
Yeah,
plywood.
plywood is a bit harder there.
Oh, you think?
It's,
Yeah.
and when it's soft, it's harder to kick in.
Yeah.
It's more flexible, the wall.
The metal hold there.
Trying to reach next
Oh,
one.
yeah. Inching his way up with his feet.
Clip number 10. And straight away to the 11.
A really smooth
Oh,
cross. Oh.
Slipping. Time is running. Time out. Number 60, Kaikkonen Albert got up to clip number. Was he in clip number 11?
I think 11 was the last
11
one he
and
got
clipped
within
it
time.
well before getting down after the timeout.
And then on Route 1, we have number 47, Milan Makojevia from Serbia. Already moving up here into the overhang. Little trouble with the clip.
It's a bit harder to clip on these long extensions. They're moving. So they usually have to catch the carabine to clip in,
Yeah.
keep it on hand.
But then those long extensions can let you clip the next one
Exactly.
somewhat more quickly as well. It's interesting on the overhang to see the different strategies climbers use, kind of take the pressure off of their arms. So using those forms like that, or the figure 4, the figure 9. Into clip 5.
Trying to
Ooh,
find a stable position.
Yeah, a little stickiness on the wood there.
It looked like the crampons were not kicked in properly. Now we
Yeah.
can see the slow motion, what happens here. Kick.
Number 76.
Yeah.
And it was the left foot that slipped out.
Yeah.
Number 76, Andreas Renner going on Route 2. There's a time limit on these routes, both routes 4 minutes, 30 seconds. That's pretty tight.
And you can really see how much time it takes to properly place the axe on some of these holds. So 4 minutes is definitely a challenge.
Muistakaa sitten 10 eteenpäin käydä syömässä.
moving the weight to the right for that reach.
First clip in, clip number 3 for Andreas. Andreas is
Alright.
from Finland. Route number 1, number 3, Henri Toivola, also from Finland.
And here we have that hold that's been so tricky. So we'll see.
Placing the second act.
Quickly into clip 3.
Okay. Henri's fighting.
Fighting through that. Yeah. Taking a quick rest. Of course, your rest and the overhang are not quite a rest. That's really a balance between needing a break, but your break is costing you energy as well. Oh, little foot slip. He's got his right leg out for balance there. Oh, we haven't seen anyone use the form that way yet today.
Oh, Henri got over there.
Yes. Some aggressive moves.
Henri going strong towards the clip 7.
Yes. Of course, the time is running quickly.
Andreas trying to reach the next one.
And that position is hard because there's a lot of muscle engagement in the left arm to try to get the body closer to that right hand hold. And
Number
he slips.
76, Andreas. Fall from number 6. Henri going.
Let's see what happened.
Needs to go fast. Falling from.
Oh, little repositioning and pressure comes off the axe for a second, and there you go. Ah.
So at the moment we have on results the qualifications. First one, Salminen Pauli. Second, Van Hoff Dennis. Third one, Montselevski Jan. Fourth one, Alfonso Tapio. Fifth, Heikki Lakuutti. Do you know how many get to the finals? 8. Okay.
Now, how about on that overhang? You have to be looking into the sun at this point as it's getting a little higher.
I think they will just look for the next hold.
It's not too much of a
Definitely the sun is
impediment.
warming now
Yeah.
already. It feels like spring.
Now we've had big changes in the past month here in Oulu. So getting started on Route 2. This is number 59, Timo Stenval from Finland. And on Route 1, Juha Lipponen, also from Finland. And Juha does a lot of work here at the tower.
He's one of the main guy keeping up the tower.
Yeah,
He's been
which is
working-
quite a feat, because you have water moving through a pipe that's pretty thin in some extremely cold temperatures.
Yeah, it's,
So-
they have to keep the water running the whole winter. Otherwise, the system gets frozen.
So there's an electric heating wire that runs through that insulated
yeah, we
cable.
have. It's heated.
Yeah.
It's also important to keep the water running. The heating is not covering the whole system.
Yeah. So quite some engineering that Juha has figured out to make this place work.
And it needs a lot of time. It's pretty limited amount of people who are taking care of this tower.
And I think some pretty frequent checking that needs, changing the flow rate of the water.
Nearly every
For
day.
yeah.
Have to check it. Juha is heading towards the steep section.
Smooth progress. Something's happening on Route 2.
Number 59, Timo Stenval.
Down at
Fall
clip 3.
From clip 3, yes.
That same area. And it's hard to tell from the camera, but it looks like Route 2 is slightly overhung the entire way.
It's the whole way, yes.
Yeah. Do you know what angle that one is?
Looks like 15 degrees or something like that. It gets a bit steeper in the end.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
For this season,
Right
we
when you're getting
have
tired.
extra section in the end. The top pillar.
Here we have-
it's a new one.
Juha clipped into 4.
Very calm style to reach the next one.
Really fast progress through there.
With number 5.
Slight slip and a save with his feet. Oh,
Leg slipping first.
yep. The bottom of that hanging form is proving to be
No,
tricky.
he left his axe up there.
Ah, yeah. So how do we get the axes down?
Juha gets a stick and gets it down by himself.
Careful not to drop it
Hitting
on
your head?
yourself. Yeah.
Hitting it. coming down now. Number 100, Juha Lipponen from Oulu. So on route 1 we have one men left, and then we have 5 women.
Number 19, Piankovskaya.
So here at the bottom of Route 2, getting started, is Svetlana Pianskovskaya from Russia. And we're getting things prepared on Route 1 for the next climber as well. A little trouble sometimes getting your feet out. There's a sweet spot with the pressure for the crampons.
Ja Raakille juuri kiipeämään lähtee numero 19, Svetlana Piankovska, Venäjä.
Walking her feet up here. And a little play from the axe there. She's trying to find the best spot on that hold with the left.
It's interesting to see if there are some differences between women and men, how they do the
Yes.
tricky part
Yeah.
by the clip 4. Route 1, number 42, Lauri Marttala from Finland.
And he'll just go straight to the second panel there.
Ja härskillä
Svetlana going
42, Lauri
towards difficult hold.
Mm-hmm.
Here we have seen
A smooth reach.
many fallings.
Yes. You can see she's being really careful.
She got both axes there.
Yeah. Little slip with the feet, but it seems to be secure with the axes.
And clip here. She got it in. Lauri getting to the steep section.
All right, and into clip 3. A smooth start there.
Svetlana did a difficult spot.
Yeah.
Very sweet. She had some little problems to reach the next one, but she made it.
A little slip there. This is an interesting hold with the 2 underclings, leaning your body weight to the left.
Hyvän näköistä taistelua Entillä Starkin.
You can see a lot of climbers on the overhang are having their hips kind of not squared to the wall. So dropping one knee uses a little, conserves some more energy, I should say.
Svetlana going strong. Clip 5 in.
So when you're climbing a wall like Route 2 that has these large protruding forms,
Svetlana
that-
dropped from clip 5.
yeah, clip 5.
Here we can see what happens.
Yes.
Trying to reach, but
Looks like she didn't quite have the hold with her left, and then her weight shifted on the right and just popped off.
Laura going on Härski Hanki, how we call the steep section.
Oh, yeah. What does that translate to?
I have to check the
Härski
word
Hanki.
Härski. I have to check the Härski what it is in English.
This is quite a reach. It takes a lot of power and precision at a point in the climb when you're already so tired. And he's taking his axe down.
Runs it.
Well, tell us how you really feel. So the steep section is rancid,
Runs it. Overhang.
rancid overhang. How often do you know if these forms are switched out? Like, for instance, the
Always
hanging
for the
forms.
competition. We clean the whole tower from everything
Okay.
and set the routes for the competition. And then in summertime, often we make some new routes. And of course, the other side we make the ice there, ice farming, and then it changes for every climbing because we keep running the water, so it's every time it's a bit different when you come and climb here. Route 2, number 2, Annick Liet from Netherlands. At the moment she's living in Norway, in Tromsø. A strong ice climber, climbing long ice routes. She has been competing in indoor climbing, bouldering.
He seems to have a really precise, controlled style.
She's pretty short, so it's interesting to see how she will reach the long move by the clip number 4.
What would you say is the advantage of being a short climber?
Benefits.
Yeah.
Maybe it's easier to keep the balance.
Yeah. Because of course you lose something in reach, but then your weight maybe is more central. And then over here on Route 1, we have number 5, Vilma Torvi from Finland.
Vilma represents Oulu Climbing Club.
That'll save some time, that crossover there. Really nice. Now, I've seen in other ice climbing competitions, the men and women climb separate routes. And then here they're climbing the same.
Here the qualifications, they climb the same. But for the finals, they probably have the different routes. I'm not sure. Last year it was different.
Okay, yeah. Into clip 3.
using hand.
Yeah.
Here we can see that she's competitive indoor climber. She knows that she
Yes.
can make it.
Because these holds wouldn't be easy for the hands by any means either.
Now
And if-
Agnes is on this difficult
Yes, look at the control.
hold. Have to keep the weight straight down. Vilma is getting just to the steep section. Route
always-
number 2, Aniek is trying to reach the next hold from the
Yes.
slipping hold.
A long way.
She has legs pretty high up to reach the next one.
And of course, she can't move her body weight up too high
Vilma is
on the
getting
left.
Legs back to the wall. Aniek reached to the next hold. That was
Nice.
pretty nice
Yeah, yeah.
from a short person.
And of course, you can hear the spectators cheering in various languages. One of the fun parts of this.
Aniek is using again hand. Out from the picture.
A really nice style there from her. And a tricky move here for Vilma.
Aniek is in clip 5 already, reaching the number 6. Vilma getting to the clip 4.
Really nice body placement here. And stable position for clipping into 4.
Very good clip.
Yeah,
Oh, Aniek is down from clip 6.
yes. Let's see what happened here. Ah,
Vilma is still fighting on this Härski Hänkki, got in number 5. Getting on this moving obstacle soon.
and she came off too.
Clip number 5 was in. She also got a nice axe up there.
I guess when the foot comes off and you're on the overhang, sometimes that can just be enough pressure to make it hard to hold on. Harder than it already is. Getting the axe down. Of a funny dance. And if you haven't used these axes, they're quite sharp. You would not want to be underneath one when it's falling.
Today we have on this competition 10 women. And 25 men competing on this European Cup final ice climbing competition. FINICE2020.
FINICE2020. And this is one of a series of competitions happening in Europe for ice climbing each winter. There's also climbing in Switzerland. I think the Switzerland competition was just a week or two ago.
Okay. On route number 2, Marianne van der Steen. Going fast.
Really nice start there. Finding the right spot for the axe.
Clipping number 3. This is the difficult spot to go over. Very smooth. Clip 4 in.
And now looking for that big reach. So she'll be strategic about her weight placement, feet. Looks like it really requires your weight to be on one side on that orange hold.
Route 1, number 61, Erika Lipsanen from Finland.
Marianne van der Steen looking very smooth.
Good pace.
Yeah.
Clipping number 6.
And considering how she's holding the axe before placing it, a lot of thought goes into this, too. Have we seen other climbers use the hold that way? That particular one?
Maybe that's the first time.
Yeah.
On these qualifications, the climbers have seen demo from the route, so they know how the route goes. But for the finals, they don't know the holds, they don't know the route.
You can actually see the holds are covered under these gray fabric pieces.
Yes, and they will
Keep it a
set the
mystery.
other route before the finals.
Into clip 10. She's looking really strong. The figure
Marianne
9.
doing a figure 8. Clipping number 11.
And over on Route 1, Erika came off this matched hold here.
Let's see what happens.
Ah.
Isaac slipped out.
Was that time? That
For Marianne, time out from
Yeah.
clip number 12. Anyway, she was the highest on the women's
yeah.
so far. On route 1, number 77, Mira Alonso from Finland. And starting on route 2, number 72, Ekaterina Vlasova from Russia.
Both climbers making quick progress here at the beginning of these routes. Really smooth. Little axe readjustment there. And on to the rancid overhang. I'll never look at overhangs the same way again, now that I know the Finnish word. Really smooth reach for that hold that's been tricky for a lot of these athletes.
Ekaterina dropping from clip number 4. Here we can see this is the difficult spot to continue. Taking balance up
Yeah.
and then slipping out. Looks
So
like
that pink
it's
hold really requires you to have your weight to the left and down.
left and down. I guess the
And then
down
you're
is the
reaching.
down is the key to
Yeah.
keep the weight down
Hmm.
or pull down.
And so
Pull-
the
pull the
climbers
up
who
down.
haven't gone yet, are they in isolation now?
No, they don't.
Or
have
they
to
can
be.
watch
They can watch
these
it.
qualifiers?
Yes. They probably want to
Ooh.
stay in warm. Mira fall from clip number 5. Here we can see what happens.
Again, the feet slip.
And on route 1, number 40, Emilia Pöyry from Finland. She's also representing Oulu Climbing Club.
She's actually the one who showed me how to dry tool for the first time. So also a good teacher of this.
When you are going to compete,
Who knows? Maybe I need a little more practice. Or a lot. But it's quite inspiring to see all of these moves being made. Amelia really makes this look easy. She's really smooth climber.
and on route 2, Enni Berling, number 50. Enni is from Finland. Enni has been climbing also World Cup competitions. Clipping number 3 on route 2. And here is the difficult spot where we have seen many falling.
She's taking it very slow as she goes to clip 4. Amelia looking strong. Oh, we haven't seen anyone take that approach. The bouldering move.
Trying to reach, easy reach.
Really a difficult weight shift required for that transition. Slow and controlled, working her way up. Into clip 6 here. And another weight shift is about to happen. Clip 7, really smooth progress through this section. Clip 8, looking really smooth for Enni. Emilia starting the overhang section here. Emilia fighting through here, working towards the next move. It's a long reach. Will she be able to get back on? She's coming down. Here, Enni already in clip 12. Got a few more and also heading down. And up next on Route 1, we have Lindsay Levine from USA getting roped in. Also a long way to come. A lot of these climbers compete together several times through the year, from what I
they
understand.
know each other pretty well.
Yeah, so each of these events can be kind of a reunion to look forward to.
social side of the climbing competitions is a big thing for the competitors.
And it's a really supportive community, I think, too. People want to see their teammates or people they've gotten to know who come from other countries kind of improve their skills and from year to year.
Number 52, Keenan Griscom. And now the change happened, so every climber have to climb both routes. Keenan climbed already route 1.
And so now he starts on route 2. And so that'll wrap up his climbs for the qualifying round. Lindsay's looking strong here, about halfway through the first section of her climb. Into clip 4 for Keenan.
Keenan have to get the legs higher up to reach the next move.
It looks like it. Or adjust placement on the axe there. We'll see.
Didn't reach with the first try.
I'm heading down a bit to adjust back to a more secure hold.
Takes a lot of time to go down again and up again.
Really? Yeah. And time is of the essence here.
Härski hankki vihar. Lindsay
Shaking
getting
out
to
a
the
bit.
steep section. Hitting the crampons very precisely.
Into clip 3.
And on route 2, Keenan is clipped number 4, trying to reach the next
Nice.
move.
Lindsay's made this reach to the second hold on the blue form here. And now she's going for clip 4. Really smooth. Shaking it out there where things aren't as overhung. It's a good strategy. You can really see how exhausting this is for the whole body, the legs. You have to put so much pressure.
So much pressure on the left.
Yeah.
Keenan get over the difficult part, but that took a lot of time. 4 or 5 tries to get it.
Yeah.
And now Keenan have to go very fast further. It's often problem solving, the climbing, to find the right way to get further. Keenan, 1
Anticipate
minute.
where do you hold your axes?
Axis,
While
body
you're-
weight, very, very heavy legs.
Yeah.
Keenan going very fast, number 7.
Lindsay's off.
Lindsay off from number 5.
Let's see what happens here.
Trying to reach
Ah.
the hold.
Just didn't quite get the axe in the hold on the suspended form.
Keenan having good pace, but not much time left.
Yeah, really picked up speed in this part of the climb.
10 seconds for Keenan.
See if he can get clip 10.
One more clip. That's
Going
easy.
fast.
He can grip probably the number 11
Yes.
from the same spot to get more points. No, timeout for Keenan.
It really makes you realize how much time it takes even to make one clip.
Exactly.
It's a lot of dexterity. And you have gloves. Your hands are cold. That's not easy to do.
And now on route 1, we have the athletes who has been climbing route number 2 already. Now starting Robert Hämäläinen, number 51.
And you can see the climber and belayer going through the usual checks here. Making sure everything is up to par safety-wise.
It's a climber who is tightening the rope by himself to the rope.
And over here on Route 2, Veli-Matti Lasonen from Finland for the second climb of the qualifiers as well.
Veli-Matti is also representing Oulu Climbing Club.
It's a really strong climbing community in Oulu.
It's because of the ice tower.
Okay. How long has the ice tower been here?
I think the ice tower came to Oulu in the late 90s.
Okay.
It was first set up nearby Oulu city center, but then it needed to move because there was the area was reserved for building houses, new houses. And now
Because there's been a real estate boom in Oulu in
Yes.
past decades.
And then they moved it here maybe 5 years ago on this place. It was 2 kilometers away before this for some years. But here we started to arrange the competitions again after, was it 99 when we had the last ice climbing Finnish championships in Oulu, and then there was a many years gap before 2000, was it 17 we had the first competitions on this spot.
And a clip 3 here.
Here you can see how Veikka kicks the crampons into the plywood with first kick. He has a strong kicks, no need to kick 2 times or 3 times. He's trusting to the first kick
And that saves a lot of energy.
and time. Now Veikka is on the sensitive move. Clipped in already, trying to reach, but easy reach.
He does make that look easy.
And here you can see number 51, Robert is starting again. It's allowed to start again as many times as you can before you
Okay.
make the first clip. So if you fall here, you can start again from the beginning.
Why is that?
It's on the rules.
Good reason.
But sometimes you may slip from the first one or there's some little problem. It's only on the qualifications. In finals you cannot fall. So they have
Yeah.
another chance to go if they fall.
Got an undercling here.
Hyvä etenemistä laattoilta reitillä kakki.
Veli-Matti clip in number 7. Still have some time left.
Gets his foot up onto the form. When you restart a route before the first clip, does that count off your time then? The clock keeps going.
Clock keeps going, yes.
So that would really eat into your 4 minutes.
Veli-Matti getting up to the clip 10.
And if you're used to climbing inside without axes, the axes really add an incredible amount of reach. It's like almost
right.
doubling your wingspan.
Alasmäen lähestyy hiljainen huippu.
In these ice climbing competitions, the climbers, ice axes, they have measurement limits. And there's a box that they have to check that the ice axis is not too long.
Okay.
And the axes are very, how to say, they just about fit to the box. And they have to fit it loose, so you cannot really like press it in there.
Okay.
It's a bit same than if you go to the airplane and you have to check the cabin
Yes.
package, and if it's tight, you may get some problems. Veli-Matti is out of time
Ah,
at the clip number 12. Oh, but he went pretty high.
so.
And route number 1, number 45, Jaakko Lehto from Finland.
Looking really smooth at the beginning here.
Right. Knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Powerful climber. And really smooth repositioning of the axe as well.
Good pace, going fast. No extra moves.
No wasted energy.
Jaakko heading to the steep section. The steep section is 12 meters, 45 degrees steep.
And so far, he makes it look no different from the vertical section.
Here you can see the holes. There's just very tiny spots where you have to place the ice axe tip.
It's really incredible how much purchase that axe tip can give you and how strong that tool has to be. When you think of the pressure on it.
And on some holes you may have better and worse places for the axe. So you can kind of choose the good one if you know the hole.
Little wobble in the feet there. This as he dials in the position.
Clip number 4 for Jaakko. Reaching the next hold, have to change the ice axe to the hand.
He makes it look easy, but when you see his face up close, you can tell it's not.
Nice feet work.
Really nice.
Reaching to the moving hold.
And it's such a sustained amount of time that they're on this overhung angle.
Nice figure 8. We haven't seen this figure 8 here in a while now.
Yes. So those let you keep downward pressure on your tool, but then reach
And then you
above.
reach to the next one easier.
Yeah, but really strenuous.
Mm.
And so if you have a bunch of those in a route, it can be a quick way to move, but really tiring.
To make the move, you have to have a lot of flexibility. And clip number 6. Jaakko's doing very well. And on the route number 2, number 48, Marko Guna from Slovenia.
Going for clip 7 there, it looks like. Perfect. He shakes it out a bit, but that's not a great place to rest. There's nowhere good to rest.
But even on a steep route, if you just take your hand down a bit and shake it, there's a chance to rest your hands before you get pumped up.
Really different muscles that you're using with the axes than other sport or trad climbing.
Time out for Jaakko, but he went
Good
pretty
progress,
fast.
though.
Fast and pretty far. And Marko is doing well on the route number 2. Now on this sensitive move by the clip number 4.
Like that,
Doing
the sensitive move.
Clip now. Got it in pretty smooth.
Carefully positioning the feet.
Oh, yeah.
So tricky.
So
Let's see what happened here.
happens here. Take the ice axe, changing the yeah.
A little too much upward
Exactly.
movement, maybe. These climbs can be so draining on your arm muscles that sometimes the belayer will untie you. Just the knots tighten up a lot under all the pressure, too.
And if they follow the rope, the knot is pretty tight.
Yeah.
Route number 1, number 43, Arttu Pylkkänen from Finland.
Little slip there to begin. Walking his feet over. And he'll just go straight to that hold. That'll save some time.
He has a chance to begin again.
And then here at Route 2, we have number 27, Milan Makojevia from Serbia.
Was it number 57, Stuart Brown?
Oh,
On
it's
route
it
two.
is. It's Stuart
Yeah,
Brown
yeah.
from Switzerland. The beginning of Route 1 is tricky.
Looks like.
Yeah.
And Stuart getting started on Route 2. Time is running, it's 4 minutes 30 seconds for each route. The climbers have time to make it. They have to be really fast to reach to the top.
There's not a lot of time to look for the best axe placement if you want to do this route in that amount of time. To kind of get it right the first time to move through these quickly.
Have to move all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Up. And on Route 1, getting prepared, number 96, Dennis van Hoek from Netherlands, starting already. Nice sunshine behind the wall.
Really smooth beginning here.
Going
Moving
fast.
yeah.
But here we can see that when he kicks the crampons in, it's difficult to get them out sometimes. They stick in so well. Stuart on number 4. Let's see what happens here. It's the tricky place. He's keeping the pull down precisely, reaching the next move.
You can see the axe wobble there on the hold on his left. He's making sure it's locked in before he takes his weight off. And it looks like he made it through.
And then he's going strong on Route 1.
Really fast. We'll see if he can maintain that pace on the overhang.
Hyvää etenemistä Brownilta ja Darkin.
Stuart on clip number 5, getting to clip number 6 on the left side. Today we haven't seen that many topping on these routes.
Yeah, yeah. I guess they're pretty challenging settings.
It's a good route planning when there is not that many toppings.
Yeah.
Only the best ones can make it on time. Now
Leave us in anticipation.
Dennis on this moving obstacle.
Here he's in the figure
Making
4.
Great. And reaching to the next one. He made it fast.
Yes, yeah. Which is good strategy to get out of there quickly.
And Stuart clipping number 7, but fall from number 7.
Of course, for Dennis, this part of the route, there's not really another segment to brace on for a while. So it can be a really draining area.
Now we see what happens. There is a steel ball by the clip number 7. That's maybe the trickiest hold you can have here.
Some axe movement here on this side pole. Is this
Yes.
that hold? Yeah. And if that axe wobbles too much, of course, it's easy to come off.
We'll see if Dennis can complete the route.
Into clip 9.
Couple more moves to go.
We have the Finland themed hold over there behind his arm.
One clip to go.
It's very close. Good. Oh, little axe slipping, but he caught it.
That's the finishing hold. To finish the route,
So he
you
has
have
to
to
get
have
both.
both axes on the hold, and he made it.
Perfect.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
In time.
That's our first top out.
Second
of the
one.
day. Second
I think
one.
on round 1 there was already one. Was it Pauli Salminen who was topping it?
Yes.
Pauli Salminen, and now we had Dennis topping the route to 1.
Numero 56 Oskari.
And on route to Oskari Peltovuori, number 56 from Finland, representing Oulu Climbing Club.
Getting his feet in position for this next move. Long reach.
Also good pace. Route 9, 1, number 44, Jan Monzelewski from Poland.
We'll see if we can get a third top out today.
How was it with Jan on route 2?
Pretty good score, yeah.
Up to 13th clip.
Oskari matching here. That looks like a tricky move.
New style for this hole.
Yeah. Looks like he's maybe reconsidering. Long reach.
Getting the clip number 3 in. Clipping. Yes.
Very smooth.
Jan going towards the steep section. That's the slippery one.
And you can see that axe move as his weight moves. Really smooth there. His legs almost look like he's floating, but of course it's a lot of core strength to pull that off.
And on route 2, Oskari fall from the difficult move. Here we can see what happens.
Ah. Into clip 5 on the overhang.
Yeah, I'm doing also figure 8 and reaching the next one a bit easier. Changing the hand. He got 8.
Axe a little stuck there. Clip 6. It's a secure axe placement. Nice place to get the next clip. Ah.
And falling from clip 6. Jan Moncelewski from Poland. Let's see what happens. Difficult to say what happens.
Yeah.
Number 15, Daniel Herrera.
And route 2, Daniel Herrera from Finland. Also representing Oulu Climbing Club. Daniel has been on these competitions every time we had it here.
There you go, man. Come on. Come on. That's good. Come on, man. Breathe.
Daniel attempting that pretty tricky axe placement there by clip 2.
That's very hard to keep it so low and so
Yeah.
by the body.
But good success. And as soon as you get above the hold there, it becomes helpful.
All right.
Really
now.
nice.
Be careful. You can do it. Come on, man.
Start here for Mael Markadella from Norway.
You got it. Relax.
Daniel clipping the number 4.
There you go.
Going strong.
Now, focus.
Feet are really high. Make this next reach a little easier.
See that Daniel made a number 4.
Excellent.
The crowd goes wild.
He made it really fast.
Yeah, really impressive.
Axe stuck.
That is
Cliff now.
Now he had a
clip now.
ice axe behind the other axe.
Yeah, we haven't seen that yet today.
Yeah. He's clipping the number 5.
All right now. Remove the plan.
Smooth move up there.
Yeah.
You can see this right axe. He's kind of struggling to find a purchase for it.
No,
I
the tips
wonder if
were
it kind of-
together on the same spot, and
Yeah.
then he took the other out. The other one came out also.
So if you put both axe tips on the same spot, does one then run the risk of pushing the other out if you move it?
Exactly.
Tricky thing.
And the same thing when ice climbing. If you have one axe in ice and you hit nearby it, you may crack the ice and then
Yes.
you fall down. The ice will crack then. And
I think you were the first one who torque with that.
Major from Norway going towards the steep section.
It was a torque, right? When you fell,
Working his feet up.
yes, 2 minutes all the way to the wall. The number 7.
Long reach over there. Bracing with the feet. Of course, you don't want to pull too far out with the axe the way it is. Takes a lot of control.
Lip number 3. You can see it's difficult to kick the crampons to the wall when it's so far out.
That's taking a lot of energy and time.
Numero 41 Salminen.
Ah,
So he was struggling there with the getting the feet back on the wall properly.
but really put up a fight.
And on route 2, number 41, Pauli Salminen from Finland.
And
is
Pauli
living
was
in Helsinki.
the first to top the other route today.
Yes.
So we'll see how he does on this one. Into clip 3. I don't know if we've seen many climbers using that blue form in that way.
Not that often.
Yeah.
Clip number 4,
It's looking smooth so far.
going good speed. Long reach.
The right foot's high, so that helps with the reach. Really slowly moving in. Really nice.
Clip number 5 in and going further. On route number 1, Nes Grgorinic from Slovenia.
Into clip 8 here. Does he have it? There.
Pauli still have some time left. Going on clip number 10. Is going to the steep section.
Unusual body placement there.
With this
Nice.
result, Pauli is on finals for sure.
Really smooth moves there. Big controlled moves. Look at that compact. We haven't seen that either.
This
really
is resting
different.
place.
Yeah. Really smart strategy there. Almost at the top here.
And
Got a clip
Pauli is
in.
getting on the top. And the top hole is on a pillar. Here we can see the top.
Yes.
And one more clip.
There's a lot of drag on the rope now.
And another
But-
axe there. He made it.
He makes it look easy.
So Pauli was stopping both routes. Expected to make expected to have good results also on finals.
We will see more from him this afternoon.
So the final competition today, 4 o'clock here at the Ice Tower.
Route to be revealed. It's a little hard to release from some of these to start making your way down. That's how you see, I think, some of these axes
The
fall.
axe got stick on one of the quick draws.
Kärkipiikit oli niin syvällä, että lähdin niinku pehvaadella
Into the figure.
tossut sieltä.
Can he make the reach? Yes. Very nice. Looking for the next move.
Number
Almost into clip 7.
Ah, it's not clipped yet.
No.
Clipping again.
There we go.
That was nice the first round. Ah, he fell already from the clip number 4. So he has to go pretty far here to get to the final.
Though he's looking strong on this route.
Timeout for Neff. But he got pretty far.
Mm-hmm. So now we have number 91 starting on Route 2. That's Tapio Alhamsuo. Another climber from Finland.
Tapio is living in Lapland. Rovaniemi is the base.
And how's the climbing community in Rovaniemi?
It's active.
Yeah.
They have been developing some routes in Korooma Canyon.
Okay.
Korooma is one of the best places for ice climbing in Finland. It's about 4 hours, 3 hours drive from here.
And people go from Oulu fairly often during the winter.
I guess every weekend someone's
Yeah.
going.
Yeah. Well, when you have that nearby, why not?
Number 46 on Route 1. David Buffard from Canada.
Making quick work of that traverse onto the vertical section.
And also David fell from the clip number 4 on Route 2. Already now getting on steep.
And looking smooth.
Tapio is by the clip number 6. Clipping it now.
And Tapio made it to clip 10 earlier in the qualifiers. So he's in a good place. The amount of training that goes into this must be so intensive, because these aren't muscles that you could keep in shape without doing this particular activity.
This ice climbing, this type of ice climbing, they need to use a lot of big muscles compared to, for example, for rock climbing.
Oh, okay, yeah. I guess so much leg strength.
Leg, core, and then the arms and the back have to be in good condition. Clip number 9, reaching the clip number 10. David getting over the hanging part.
And looking smooth, that's a challenging area.
Tapio clips in the 11. Half a minute for Tapio. Have to go faster if he wants to reach the top. David doing good job on the steep part, over the halfway on it. Tapio still have some seconds left. Can he make one more clip, one more? Tapio is out of time.
David has just a few clips more. And about a minute to go. So it's within reach for him.
It's interesting to see what happens with David if he gets to the finals.
Oh, he saved that. Impressive. Looking for purchase with the feet.
Got the feet back on the wall. Makes it more stable.
And sandwiching that form in between his feet.
Got one more clip.
And it can be so hard if you slip off that sudden movement. You're not prepared, even if your axe is
The
stable.
last clip.
Really nice. He wants to take a break,
Have
but
to
now is
get-
not the time.
David's
And time.
out of time.
Really nice climb, though.
On the route 1 we still have 4 men left, and after that comes 5 women. On route 2, 5 men left, and then 5 women. On the route 2 comes Miha Guna from Slovenia, number 49.
Getting a feel for the hold first before he puts the
Belair
axes
is
on.
ready. And the time starts when the competitor lifts up the leg from the ground. So they can place the axes, and then when they make the
Okay.
first move, the time starts. And on route 1, Kuutti Heikkilä, Finland, and base is on Rovaniemi.
Looking smooth over here. Switching hand placement. Really precise placement needed for that early part of this route. Using the hand to traverse over. We haven't seen many people do that.
Härskillä kiipeilyä juuri aloittaa numero
Very nice.
70, Kuutti Heikkilä, Suomi.
Both climbers looking smooth at this point. Oh,
Miha fell from clip number 4. Let's see what
Let's
happens.
see.
Just got the clip in.
and he has his right leg out pretty far to stabilize. So maybe that just a little too much weight to the right.
It's not really working when he's pulling it so much to the left.
Into clip 3 on the overhang here. Almost a slip with the feet, but he catches it.
Lähetelmistä Heikkilältä Härskillä.
Clipping number 4. Still going strong. I was talking to David Kuti. He said that he hasn't been training that much ice climbing this season. Let's see
Well,
how he's doing this.
He could, he could fool me.
He got the feet.
Kind of wrapping around that form.
Reaching the next one. That
Nice.
was easy.
He made it look smooth.
It may be even faster than the figure 8 move.
Maybe not training is the way to go. Into clip 7. He made it. Rest a bit.
Probably Kuti is getting the finals. He got above the 12th clip on route 2.
Heikkilä lähestyy hyvää tahtia toppia.
And into the side pulls here.
Still some
Ooh.
time left.
Some movement on the axe.
Good progress.
Here he has both feet around that form. Really stable. Not wasting any time in this strenuous position.
One more hold there and about the last move.
And he has it. Very nice. Funny how you have to untangle your feet in some ways. Some moves here. And he tops it. Very nice.
Ja härskillä lähti toppin numero 76 Heikkilä Suomi.
Really strong climb here. Oh, he's reaching for the pole. Very artistic dismount.
So we're gonna see Kuti on finals.
I would say.
On route 2, number 47, Milan Makojevic from Serbia.
Looking smooth here so far. Looking for the placement for the axe on the notorious hold above clip 3.
Oh,
You can see
dropping
that axe
from
wiggle a bit. And if it
number
wiggles too
4.
much, it's really just the pressure that's holding it on there.
Making the pull up and getting out.
Does that kind of
Milan
hold
from
have
Serbia.
a name? That tricky one.
I don't know if it has a name. Probably we can name it.
We can name it. What should we call it?
1 o'clock on this stage we have youth competition. They have 2 routes, one on the Härskihanki, the steep one, but they climb only the straight part of the wall, and then another
Okay.
route on the dark side.
On the dark side. And the youth climbing scene in Oulu is pretty strong.
Yeah, they have
Also.
a youth club and it's active leaders and active training for the youth.
Yeah. And then is it members of the Oulu Climbing Club who coach the youth team?
I
or?
guess so, yes.
Hi.
We got a high upright here in Oulu for the indoor climbing when we got the indoor climbing hall open. Before it was a bit far to drive to the bit bigger indoor climbing gym, but now we have it here by the city. Number 60 on route 1, Albert Kaikkonen from Finland.
Looking really nice there.
And on route 2, Henri Toivola, also from Finland. going fast.
Really, yeah. Another climber using the blue form here to brace against.
Henry got on route 1 up to clip number 8, so if he makes this well, he has a chance to get to the finals.
Let's see, so he started with that axe in his right hand.
Trying to kick the foot, getting
At a
slippery.
really stable
Still
position.
too low. Needs to get a bit higher now. He can make it from here.
He's close into the...
Ay, 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 ay.
It looks like he was keeping his body much closer to the wall than a lot of climbers in that move. And I thought maybe that might help.
So the difference between the successful tries are that they keep the pull down.
That seems to be the crucial...
Albert on a steep overhang, 45 degrees, 12 meters.
And only a few minutes to make his way through it. Clip to 3.
The next hold wants to have it better.
Yep. And we've seen a couple different approaches to that hold, where some climbers put the side of the axe on there. But what he's doing allows him to shift his weight a little bit more, as he's doing now.
I got attention, but yeah. I think it's
Got the next clip in.
you should
Quick
kick
clipping.
on the right place and the left.
It's also important to train the clipping so that it's quick and smooth. With both hands from every direction.
Yeah, yeah.
But when I'm feeling that it's limits
That can really save a lot.
hit the wall.
Let's see what kind of approach here we see. Figure 8.
I use the middle one.
This has been working pretty well for the most.
Keeps that axe on while he reaches for the higher hold. Now his feet are back on solid ground, so to speak. Solid
Good pace
ceiling.
also here.
Changing the hands. Clipped into 7. Looking really good.
Albert has also a pretty good chance to get to the finals. He got over the 11th clip on the first try. First try on route 2.
And over here is Juha Lipponen from Finland. With a strong start on route 2.
Also can push the wall much better and
Albert looking really close. Maybe it's a matter of timing now.
For sure, Albert, we can see Albert in finals. Juha going strong. Juha knows
let's-
every corner of the tower, but he doesn't know the route.
Yes. So let's see how he
Alright.
tackles this notorious pink hold. Albert coming down now. Let's see what happened here. Oh, tricky placement.
Feedback on wall. What happens now here? What is slipping? The axe was slipping out.
It's so hard to not have some kind of setup up there that doesn't feel awkward, I would think.
Let's see what happens here.
Can he keep his weight down?
Have to go higher up. All right, that was
Oh,
nice.
Yes. You can see the tension in his
But
body
have to have
as
the
he
axe
tries
a
to
bit
keep his left.
more out from the wall.
Wow, what
Now
control.
It's keeping. Clip number 5.
Beautifully done.
Checking how to make the next move. find the right spot for the axe.
And
There are
people have had trouble
several-
here too.
Exactly, there are several holes. Have to find some nice one. Change the hand. Didn't use the other axe here. Straight to the next one. It's kind of shortcut if you don't use the other axe. It's a lot faster.
And you eliminate that risk of one axe knocking the other out, which is always good. So that sort of floating side pull there. Tricky balance.
This is also interesting to see if Juha gets to the finals. He dropped from the clip 5 on route 1. Now he is doing pretty well here. Still have some time left.
Juha, minuutti.
1 minute for Juha.
He's into the next clip.
At the moment, the ranking: Salminen Pauli the first one, Van Hoek Dennis second, and Kuutilahiki the third one.
Nice clipping up to 9 there. That's good. But he's got to get a little higher to reach the next hold.
Long race.
Beautiful.
That was nice.
Perfectly placed right away.
One more clip. Still some time left.
Juha, 5 sekkaa.
5 seconds.
10 sekkaa.
10 seconds.
He's climbing so fast, time is moving differently.
One more clip.
Really nicely done.
We'll see if he got a clip or not.
We will
from the
see.
results.
It'll depend on the others.
Sieltä ei tullut niin klippausta ja se meni kyllä saman tien kuin se peri.
On route 1, number 76, Andreas Renner from Finland.
Controlled moves at the beginning of the route here.
Hyvä. Mahtavaa.
Pistää paremmaksi.
Taking his time to find the purchase for the axe. Andreas made it to the 6th quick draw in his first climb. So whether he makes it to the finals hinges on this one. You can see these holes, really tiny, in that metal hold there. And he finds one and moves into the overhang here. Gets some momentum. Nice.
And here on route 2, number 42, Lauri Marttala from Finland.
Resting position before reaching for the next hold. Walking the feet up a bit. And so now the big move onto the suspended form. Axe placement is solid into the figure. Oh,
Ai, 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 ai. Andreas Renner got up to the clip 5. He has maybe wrong foot over the arm. Number 42, Lauri getting on a good pace on the route number 2, clip number 7. Here we have a bit tricky hold to use. He made it to very well.
into clip 9. It's good progress. He's got a long reach ahead for a small target, but he makes it look easy.
Clip number 10.
And right about here, the wall gets a little steeper.
Figure 8.
A good time for that. Really
He
smooth.
reached the next one, but it takes some time now. The leg is behind the rope.
Yes,
Took it away there.
Gotta untangle yourself.
Clip number 11.
Nicely done there.
Must go fast.
Now a little tricky clipping behind the axe there. Working his way up to make that reach a little shorter.
Take some time.
And there's just a little too much upward movement on that hold. You can see the axe wobbling a bit here.
Looks like he got a bit out of power. He pulled it out. And here on number 59, Timo Stenvall getting on route 1. Last men on qualifications. And then we have 5 women on each route. It's compulsory to use the helmet on this sport and on these competitions. Then they use harness crampons that are attached to the shoes. It's a special shoes for this kind of
Okay, yeah.
ice climbing.
So these shoes, I know indoor climbing shoes have a really rigid sole, sometimes with an aggressive arch. How is the structure of these ice climbing shoes different?
These are stiff, but these are so short that you can use your ankle compared to the ice climbing shoes that you use on high mountains. Then it's a bit higher boot and it's not that flexible.
So here they can use that ankle flexibility
Exactly.
to kind of do some of these. Some of these moves are pretty wild.
And the crampon is really sharp.
Oh,
Ay, 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 ay.
ouch. He doesn't look too hurt by
Still-
that.
Still laughing, probably didn't get a hole on
good.
the shoulder.
Oh,
We have a
see what
doctor
happened
and
here.
first aid team here for this kind of events.
yeah, so the axe catches in the little holes in that metal hold and
Yes.
swings out.
On route 2, Vilma Törvi, Finland, Oulu.
Finding her starting position here, and the clock has started.
Time start now.
Now, okay. So both feet on the wall is when it starts.
When the competitor starts to climb, lifts the feet.
And here getting ready for Route 1. We have number 19, Svetlana Piankovskaya from Russia.
I didn't reach the clip. She has to go a
Quite.
bit higher. Now it's better position to clip.
If she can get a good position on that hold.
Going down again. This takes a lot of power and time. Trying to figure out how to reach it.
Looks like she's trying again. Good.
Reaching the
There.
next hold.
Very nice.
Got the third clip. Svetlana is on a halfway on a straight wall. Route number 1. Vilma is on a tricky hole now.
And you can see the handle of the axe is floating out from the wall too. So it just requires so much control to stay on that hold. It's moving around a lot.
Let's see what kind of solution Vilma finds for this long move.
Oh, she's still
Still on
on.
the wall. Good saving.
Yes.
But she had a pull all the time down. There's the axe. I hope it's as good set.
Have we seen people do this strategy before? Using,
I think she was pretty far, still
yeah.
20 centimeter from the hold. Needs to get the left foot also higher up.
Yes,
Yes,
looking
looks
good.
good.
Can she get it?
And Svetlana
Nice.
fell from the route 1. Here we can see she was by the clip 3.
Ah,
Timeout for Vilma.
yeah.
She
So
will
she'll
just
clip in
flip
there just to
to
descend.
jump on the rope. Right, they will tighten the rope and it's not to fall.
A nice solution to that tricky section, though.
And now we know the results for the men who gets to the finals.
So we have number 2 getting set up here at Route 1. Anja Glith from Netherlands.
And then we have on route 1, number 2, Anja Glith from Netherlands.
Mitä? Kyllä.
Anik is very experienced climber on natural ice walls. And route 2, number 61, Erika Lipsanen from Finland.
Anja moving to the vertical section here. Looking smooth. She's keeping her feet pretty high. Using the hand to move up there.
Last year we had also speed ice climbing, and this type of ice climbing is done on the ice.
And a wild thing to watch.
Wild thing to watch. Anik is heading towards the steep section. Erika Lipsanen fell from clip number 3.
And we'd seen other climbers have trouble with that clip before. Oh, she dropped her axe.
Dropped the axe. Game over. And she just got the clip in, so she cannot continue.
So is it a rule if you drop an axe, you're over, or
Yeah,
just kind of
it's game
feasibly?
over. It's game
it would
over.
be.
You cannot continue, even though you could do it by your hand.
Okay. Interesting.
You have to keep your tools with you. Anik clipped in number 3. Continue here.
Look at the pressure she's putting there.
Joo. Olalle laittoi. Voi mitä. Jotain vähän parempaa onnea tälle reitille.
And the big reach for this hold. You could see her strategy with that one.
Joo, se on noin olkapäästä. Se on välillä vaikea. Se on välillä vaikea.
Solid placement here. She's making that look easy.
Struggling a bit with rope. Nice placement for the crampons. Next clip, and then let's see how she will figure out the moving obstacle.
Good axe placement. What will she do with her feet? They're staying on well.
Good kicking.
Yeah.
Got the next clip.
Clip
Right, that
6.
was nice.
Yeah. Oh,
Aye, aye, aye.
maybe not enough room for 2 there at that moment.
Yeah, there's a place only for one axe tip on this hold. It looks like she gave up. Kind of jump on the rope. Number 77, Mira Alhansuo from Finland. Representing Rovaniemi Vuoristogrupi. Rovaniemi Climbing Club.
Solidly makes her way past that move there.
Mira is also an experienced climber.
About how many years on average have most of these athletes been doing this?
That's a good question. In Oulu we have a lot of fresh people. They have done a couple of years. And then Mira, Tapio and Pauli and Enni, they have done several years. I don't know exactly how long.
Yeah. Oh,
But we have
she
kind
makes
of
that look smooth.
bit older and fresh generation on this ice climbing sport. Getting on clip 5.
So it looked like she had the axe kind of sandwiched diagonally in between that orange hold on
Yes.
the wall. Kind of twisting it to put the pressure on.
Clip number 6. Let's see how Mira was down on route 1. She got up to clip 5.
You can see what a tenuous placement that is, but she's solid. Really kind of amazing what these axes allow you to use.
And how much strength they have. High forces.
That was one thing that struck me the first time that I went dry tooling. It's like, somehow it seems difficult to trust that this can work. But once you do, look at all the different things you can move through.
Clip number 18 looks like Mira is getting on finals. So we have 10 women and 8 get to the finals. Slipping a bit, but still stays on the wall. One minute left.
Oh,
And
slipped off that metal hold. Because that placement doesn't, yeah, doesn't allow you much movement at all.
And on route 1, we have number 6, Marianne van der Steen from Netherlands.
Another strong climber. She is currently first after the initial qualifier climb.
Looks like it's surprisingly active climbing society in Netherlands, even though that's also flat like
Oulu. Yes.
Oulu.
Vitsi, metalli oot tehty. Paremmin tää
But
meni,
some
kun
of these constructions are more challenging than things you could find in
It's super good training place for the natural climbing spots.
you won't find moving, dangling forms out in the wild.
Oi Mira. Ei haittaa. Yritän mahdollisimman
Really smooth moves with her feet here, changing her weight balance.
Clipping number 3.
And reaching for clip 4. She's got it. Really making quick work of this overhang section.
Yeah, very fast.
Does
Got
she have it?
in there. Yes, that's a proper placement.
Into the figure.
Figure 8, and then other
Freeing
axe was
the
a
axe.
bit stuck, but she got it out and reached to the next one.
pari metriä tonne päin.
Nice moves,
Seuraa mitä tuolla tapahtuu. Sieltä tuli happaa.
Onto the ceiling
but
here.
really calm moves.
Really controlled, yeah. She doesn't even seem tired at all.
I think the furthest woman on this route at the moment. No one got further.
Into another figure. Ah,
Ai, ai, ai.
and she'll try to use the rope maybe to get the axe.
Here you see that she was using the other side of the axe to hold the rope, not the sharp one.
Mm-hmm.
And on route 2, number 40, Emilia Pöyry from Finland, Oulu Climbing Club.
Reaching there for clip 3. But she'll take another strategy for getting that one. so much control necessary to stay on these holds.
Little struggling on this middle hold.
It
Trying
seems
to
like we've
find-
seen people have more luck getting to the next hold and then clipping into 3.
There's no chance to clip from this
It
place.
seems like it's hard to find a solid spot to rest. Ah, and she's off.
She has time? Yeah.
Yeah, you can see that bottom axe just wiggling a little bit too much. Okay, and getting set up at Route 1. We have here Ekaterina Vlasova from Russia. 2 more women climbing this route in qualifiers. Another.
Okay, and Emilia had a second try and came down. Let's see what happens here. Try to
Getting the
reach.
hip in for the reach. Ah. So close.
Eikö nyt sitten kun tuo viimeinen vetää, niin sitten venäläinen tulee saman tien ja ajaa tähän.
Number 72, Ekaterina Vlasova from Russia on route 1.
Really smooth style here. You can see her take a breath as she goes into this section.
Tähän väliin vähän väliaikatietoja. On tullut tulokset miesten puolen liinin finaalin menijöistä. Meillä on täällä
Into clip 3
luettelemaan täältä.
and making the reach over there.
Ensiksi meillä on
This is a pretty efficient way to tackle that.
Yes.
sitten Dennis Van Goe, Hollanti. Sitten Kultti Heikkilä, Suomi. Tapio Alhansuo, Suomi. Jaan Montselenski, Puola.
Nice feet position.
Albert Kaikkonen, Suomi.
Making her way to clip 5.
Vaasonen, Suomi.
Looking smooth, pretty fast.
Geena Grison,
We'll see how far she can get. And that form barely moves. With such control, getting that hold.
Men's league qualifications to the finals.
Figure 9.
So the following people are going to the men's finals. We have Pauli Salminen, Finland. Dennis
Changing
Van Goe,
the
Netherlands.
direction. Keep it
Kultti
eight.
And using the swing of that block to get to the next hold.
Finland.
She didn't spend much time on that. Good for conserving energy.
Looks like Ekaterina will be in finals also.
I would think. Yeah.
On men's finals, we got a start list in order. Keenan Griscom, Veli-Matti Laasonen, Albert Kaikkonen, Jan Montselewski, Tapio Alhonsuo, Kuutti Heikkilä, Dennis von Hoek, and Pauli Salminen.
Katarina in clip 8, shaking it out a bit.
Still
Strong
some
feet.
time left.
She might be able to top it.
Maybe the first woman to top this route.
That would be pretty exciting.
Time out, but she went pretty far. Then we have
Really
on
far.
route 2, number 11, Levin Lindsay. She fell from the clip 3. Let's see what happens.
This spot, so many people have had trouble there too.
Slip out from the axe.
Also hard to keep your weight to the right on that hold when you reach to the left.
And time out for Ekaterina. So on route 2, women qualifications, we have all done. And on route 1, there is one competitor more, Elli
Sorry.
Bertling, number 50, from Finland.
And this is our last climb of qualifiers.
Exactly, and then next 1 o'clock we have youth climbing. So we have a little technical break before the youth starts climbing. They will prepare the route, and youth starts at 1 o'clock.
Enni getting roped in. Seems like the day is warming up too, a little.
Getting better.
Yeah. The sky's staying pretty clear, so it'll be a nice afternoon here for finals.
Youth route demo lähtee käyntiin 12.50 ja itse kiipeily lähtee tämän aikataulun mukaan liikkeelle 1. Safe English, little background related to youth climbing U16. So there will be a
Any starting route looks also really solid.
Smooth, quick.
change. There will be a youth route demo 12.50 and climbing itself will start 1 o'clock.
She's saving a lot of energy, moving this quickly.
Still setting the tools precisely, right on a good spot.
And she also is having good results with her initial foot placements.
And she's already on a steep section,
Really fast climb so far.
riding to a clip number 3.
I love these close-up shots. They really give you a sense of each move is so precise.
Good feet holds. Kind of resting place here to plan the next moves.
A good strategy we've seen before.
She decided to clip it before going further. It's always better to clip before because then you get the points from the clip. And the competitors has to clip every quick draw. It's not allowed to skip any.
The clipping takes a surprising amount of time and energy.
And for the clipping, they have to find a right body position and balance to be able to make it.
So she's almost onto this long form. Making good time.
She may be the first woman to make the whole route.
Kind of a heel hook that she has. It just took away. Hadn't seen that before. But some trouble with axe placement there. She'll try again.
If I know it right, it's the hold where she has the axe now is a steel ball, and that's super sensitive. You have to have the ice axe tip on the ball.
That seems extremely
Time
precise.
out, she got just about the last clip.
Really good climb.
Okay, all men and women has climbed now on the qualifications.
And all axes have been successfully taken down. So, that wraps up the first part of the day here in Oulu, Finland.
On finals, women finals, we will see today Marianne van der Steen, Ekaterina Vlasova, Mira Alonso, Anie Klith, Eni Berling, Vilma Törvi, Svetlana Pajankovskaya, and Lindsay Levin. Finals will run 4 o'clock. And now today, 1 o'clock, we will have youth qualifications.